this is Tammy with Woodland Stitching Studio. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you like what you'll see and that you'll return. And if you're returning, thank you so much for returning. I love sharing things, and this is my way to share what I'm stitching, different ways to finish. And I occasionally will do a finish with me video because I do like to teach also. This is a channel primarily about cross stitch. If you go back, this is Flosstube number 51, and I'm filming on June 28th of 2024. If you go back prior to 51, there are 300 and some or 400 videos that are about different kinds of things: paper crafting, card making, beading, just all different kinds of crafts. So if you want to see that kind, you just have to go back a little farther. Today I have some fun things to share with you. I have two fully finished objects. I have one new start and some whips, works in progress. I have a little bit of haul and the giveaways from last video. And then I'll share my plans for the next month or so, and do a new get a giveaway for this video. And then a couple of shout outs. Neither one of these channels is new, but they are ones that I've enjoyed recently. The first one is, I think it's called Between Two Whips. It's Evertotes, and Caroline and Carrie filmed together. Almost every time I watch their video, Caroline costs me money. And I have a couple of things to show you in my new acquisitions from a previous video I watched of theirs. And then Java Girl Stitches is back, and the last couple of videos her friend Anna has been in the video, and they are just a joy to watch. So I will link both of those below. And let's get started. My first fully finished object is Icelandic horses. I've been wanting to get this done, and I finally finished it. I ordered the frame. I don't remember where I ordered the frame. The frame is made for these. It's a 6x6 frame, and I think the stitching is 5 1/4 square. This little button came with the stitching kit. It didn't come with the frame. And this is my Icelandic horses. I love horses and I love purple, so these were two that I just had to finish this. There is a lot of stitching. This top up here is full coverage. And then all this stitching here, the horses' manes have beads, and then this is almost all beads. The interesting thing was, of all of the stitching, it took me longer to do the cross stitches in this part, which you can hardly see. They're mostly covered with beads. But it's all confetti stitching, so this part down here, the cross stitching, took me forever. One thing about these frames, they don't come with a way to attach. Like, they don't come, there's a cardboard backing, but the frame itself doesn't have the little things to attach anything, so you have to get your own. And I got these at Hobby Lobby. They're called something points, so I put those in there. There's lots of different things you could use, but that was what I did. So this is Icelandic Horses by Mill Hill. This is a Mill Hill kit. The second thing I finished, this one is because of Caroline at Evertotes, is I did this spool, the Margaret Meadows, and I did the scissor holder spool. Mine is on 40 count Bramble by Picture This Plus. It's kind of funny, I have Bramble in 3 different counts and they all look different, and that's because the different counts take the dye differently. My dog was just asking for a love. So I did not get anything white to put my stuff behind. Maybe this will work. So here is my Margaret Meadows spool. This is the spool, and the stitching on 40 count. This is my first, it's not my first 40 count project, it's my first completed 40 count project. And so the pattern, there's 2 different designs. One design is made for 40 count, one's made for 36. So I did the 40 count. The edge is a nun stitch, And she doesn't show you how in the video, but, and then I whip stitched it closed. Caroline did some research and found that Jean Farish had a video on how to do the nun stitch, so I went and watched that, and I will link that below. So that was Margaret Meadows Inspired Spools by Jeanette Douglas. So those are my two fully finished items. Let's see. My new start is buried, so I'm just going to go through my whips right now. The whip list is kind of short, and the reason is because number one, I was trying to finish Icelandic horses, and then number two, I've been obsessed with this first one, which is Cactus Cat by Satsuma Street. Try not to get glare. I have a lot of lights to get enough light, so there's lights everywhere. And I am loving this. I love the colors that Jody uses in her designs. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Lugana that's called Coconut Shell by Bestitch Me. Normally, if you watch very many of my videos, you know that I change the color of the fabric. I like colored fabric. But for this one, because it's like a desert scene, I wanted fabric that would reflect that. So that's why I'm using Coconut Shell by Bestitch Me. And this is where I'm at. I'm working over here. So I have just this part. This is like a weird looking sun. It's very fun, colorful, and then a little bit to do here, and then I'll be done. So I expect to possibly be done this week, definitely before my next video. I'm close enough that I'm just gonna keep going until I'm done. So that is Cactus Cat by Satsuma Street. My next one is also almost done. However, most of what I have left is words that are 1/1. This is called the Stitchers RSVP, and it's by Alicia Paulson Posey. It says Posey. I saw this done at Acorns and Threads, and I had to have it. It's me exactly, the saying. It says, listen, I still want to be invited, but I'm not coming. And I love that. And they didn't have this fabric, but I had watched a video, one of Stephanie Lindy Stitch's videos, and she was promoting her favorite fabric at the time. The color is called Spending Amnesia, and it's by Mystic Fabrics. I'm stitching on a 32 count linen. And I changed it up a little bit because this is a much lighter green than the pattern, than the sample. So I had to move some of the colors around. I don't think I put in, the only color I absolutely changed was the scissors right here, because they were a light gray and you could not see them. And I cannot remember the color of gray I changed it to. I just pulled a darker gray out of my stash. So that house is very cute. I love the kitty. And then the word, the capital L is 1/2. 2/2. This is stitch 2/2, except the words are 1/1. And it took me a long time to stitch that first word. So this is close to being done. I still need to put in the horizontal stitches in these two spools over here, but close to being done, but I think these words are going to take me a while. So not sure if it will be done by the next video or not. We will see. My next one is for a class I'm taking this weekend at Acorns and Threads. They're doing a 2-day class. That's Lucy Beam and Heartstring Samplery. Lucy Beam provided us with this, or the class provided us with this kit for this drum. And it's a finishing class. I don't need to know how to finish a drum, but I do need to know how to finish the basket that's Heartstring Samplery, and I showed that in my previous video because the stitching is all done. This is not my colors at all, so you will see that I have changed it. The house is Amethyst by Weeks Dye Works. And then I don't know why the light does that. The strawberries or Strawberry Fields. Also, I think by Weeks Dye Works. And I don't know the linen. It came with the kit. This will not be done in time for the class. I have not been feeling it very much because I was working on Icelandic horses and Cactus Cat. But I can stitch it while she is showing us how she does a drum. Here's my new start. Carolyn talked me into this. I was looking for patterns that are different ways to finish, and she says you haven't finished a heart yet, so you need this kit. And it's a full kit. It's called Violetta Heart, and it's by Samplers Not Forgotten. It's purple. It's not as big as it looks in that picture, I don't think. So the kit comes with, you can just see them peeking out. It comes with the finishing stuff. The fabric came in the kit is 36 count Aspen from Weeks Dye Works. And I have a pretty small start, but this will be a pretty quick stitch. There's my tiny little start. Darn light. It's funny, the camera is the one that's doing that. Very interesting. 1/1. I don't like to stitch 1/1 very well, but it's okay. It was actually very pleasant stitching 1/1 on 40 count. My last whip, I've only worked a little bit more on this since you last saw it, is, sorry, the needle was hanging there. This is Summer Folk by Hands On Design. I have the paddle, and Chantel did a finishing video on the paddle. I haven't done it yet, but I do have it. The fabric I'm using is 32 count Lugana by Bestitch Me, and it's called Portobello. And I started in the middle, and I did finish the row of letters, and then I've started, there's some butterflies or bees or something that are the next row, and that's what I've done. So this one I think will go pretty quickly too, and it's a pretty fun stitch. But I have to finish Cactus Cat. It's funny when I get to a point where, depending on the project, what percentage I am, but I got to a point with Cactus Cat where I'm just like, okay, I need to work on this till it's done, and I don't want to pick anything else up. I did that with Stablemates also, and when I picked it up, it was only half done, and it's big. I've showed it in a couple videos ago, and just worked on it till it was done. So I can be a little obsessed at times, which means I haven't done Whip Go this month at all. I don't think I did last month either. This month I didn't even print off the magazine monthly challenge. So I've only worked on those things. There's other things I want to work on and should work on, but there's only so many hours in a day. I do work full time, and I can stitch in the evenings, and then I have a finishing business, so that takes away some of the time that used to be stitching time. Now I will show some of my stash enhancements, or also known as haul. These two are because of Caroline at Evertotes, and I should have taken it out. She was showing, she was having an issue with her elbow, and she couldn't cross stitch for a while. So last video, a couple of videos ago, she just kitted things up. One of the things she kitted up is this one. It's Heartstring Samplery, Christmas Bells Sampler. And I'd never seen this before. I don't know why. And I just loved it. And then they did their own Roxy Floss conversion. So I need to pick fabric, and I will probably start this in July. I just think it's beautiful. It was stunning to me. And then the other thing that she's been showing, she and Carrie are doing a stitch along on this one, and I've said many times I'm not a sampler person. That Christmas one is called a sampler, but it's not a traditional sampler. But they keep showing this. There's 2 in 1. And it's called Catherine Reese. One of them is While Plying Her Needle, and the other one is Blooming in Her Own Time. And I love both of these. They're not very big. I don't know which one I want to do first. I haven't picked fabric, but I did get the Roxy Floss conversion. Beautiful colors. That's the little conversion list. So at some point I will be starting one of those. Don't know which one. Haven't looked at this yet, but I got the Halloween issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. Laura Stitching by the Shore did a flip through of it. I have not watched it yet. I like to actually look at it myself before. Oh, I did watch part of it, and I saw this. Isn't this adorable? This little bat hanging upside down. So, I'm not much of a Halloween stitcher. I like cute stuff, like that bat I think is adorable. I don't like spooky stuff. I don't like skulls. I like the colors in this one, but I'm not going to do a skull, so I will not stitch that. So I got that. And then I got the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitches magazine. I love everything in this magazine, which is interesting because it's Punch Needle and Primitive Stitches, and I'm not a prim stitcher. I love this, and I'm working on learning how to do punch needle, and I think this is really cool. And then from a distance I think I like this, but then when I look up close I really don't care for those 2 little mermaids, so I don't know if we'll do anything with that. But fun magazine. And then I'm not sure why did I buy this. This is Miss Hazel. It's one of the Animal Cracker series by Stacy Nash. I'm not going to finish her that way. Come on, don't do that with the light. That's annoying. I don't think. I think I'm going to finish her in a different way. So more to come later. I also have Bobbin, and I will finish. Bobbin's a cute little mouse. I will finish it the way that it is. I will finish it as an animal cracker. And I was at Hobby Lobby last week, and funny thing is, like last summer, they redid their store, and I walked in one day and went right to the cross stitch, and it wasn't there. And the same thing happened to me last week. They put it back where it used to be. They had this book on closeout. It is regular $7.95 and it was $3.97, and I just thought it was fun. 136 alphabet charts. And you always need alphabets, so got that. And then my last acquisition, I'm going to have a hard time showing this maybe, is a tote bag from Chantel's 141 Design Company. She commissioned these, and this has my logo on it. It's a huge tote bag. It's a denim one, but see, they stitched my logo, my Woodland Stitching Studio. So this one is a good one for events, for like going to a retreat and putting all your whips in it that you want to stitch on at the retreat. It's huge. Yeah, so I loved it. I was very surprised. I just sent her my logo, sent Chantel my logo, and they stitched that on there. These leather handles come off, so if you want to wash it, you could wash this in the wash machine, and you would take these off before you do that. Let's see. Do giveaways from the last video. Here they are. So the first one is this pattern, this very well used pattern. Oh, it is all there. I thought something was missing. This was a whip that I decided to UFO, and it is very close to being done. And so you get all the floss, and this is how much, this is the stitching. So it is close to being done. There's a bunch to do up here, and these borders need to be finished. And originally I was going to put this in my kitchen, and I don't have any place to put it. And I thought, I haven't touched it since I started cross-stitching again. I get it out and look at it and put it back. So I decided to give it away as like this, as a kit. And the winner is my friend Robin, the generous stitcher. So Robin, I will give this to you next time I see you, or if you need me to mail it to you before then, I can do that, so you let me know. Let's see. Need to be able to get to those. Okay. The next one was Chubby Bee by Jeanette Douglas. I had stitched it and finished it that way. And the winner of Chubby Bee is Christina Hine. So Christina, I do have your address, and I will mail this to you. Congratulations. And then the next one is this pattern that Carolyn Zook, Zook Stitch, gave me to give away. So this is by Counting Puddles. It's called Songbird Serenade, and I'm hoping that you'll stitch this with me. The winner for this one is Patty Smith 9266. Patty, I do have your address also, so I will get this in the mail to you. You can let me know if you want to stitch it together, and we can decide when to start. So congratulations to all three of you. That was fun. I would rather give things away than try to sell them, so I like to share, like I said, with people. So I have 3 giveaways for today. I didn't do keywords. Let's see. Just a second. Okay, we'll pick them as we go. The first one is by Plum Street Samplers, Freedom Pin Roll. I finished this, and I didn't do mine in a pin roll. I showed last video that I put mine on this spool that I got from Fat Quarter Shop. This is how I finished mine. Freedom Pin Roll, so the keyword will be freedom. The second one, this is a result also, kind of like the grapes, of my unkitting and UFOing. I had these kitted and decided I will not stitch them. So this is a set of 4 patterns. It's called Hometown Halloween by Stony Creek. You can stitch them individually, or you can stitch them, does it show them? Or you can stitch them all together. So for this one, let's use the keyword hometown. And then this is a set of 3 patterns also. These are by Annabella's Needle Art, and they were from an online retreat, maybe. I won't ever stitch them. So it's 3 patterns. First one is Spring Sampler. The second one is Stitch Row Spring. And the third one is Family is the Heart. So all 3 of these together, I think they all use the same colors. The keyword for this will be spring. And I would love to share those with you. That leaves us just down to plans. My plans are to finish Cactus Cat, as I said, is close to being done, and stitching with bright colors is my jam, and I just love it. So I'm going to be doing some experimenting. I have a handful of finished items that I need to fully finish, and I have some experimenting I want to do. So more to come on that later. I'll show that in future videos. I want to participate in the magazine monthly challenge for July. It's a short list. I think the theme is water and the acrostic is jet ski, so that's only 6, well, total of 7 projects. And then WIPCO. WIPCO for July was, for me, I don't remember. I think Christmas and Christmas and I can't remember. I'll tell you in my next video if I ever actually get there, because this month and last month I didn't do either one. So I think that's all that I have. This is a fairly short video. I didn't even get to 30 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. And if you would like help with fully finishing your needlework, my email address is below. So thanks so much for watching, and happy stitching!